Hi, my name is Glenda. I am kind of a gentle and shy girl, and today I decided to move to a new school because my old friends often bullied me. They made fun of me. They teased me to dress as a country bumpkins while I was studying in such a most famous university of my country. Generally speaking, I myself like to become ugly and destitute because I never have such a friend who treats me well. They just love my family's wealth. I have moved through many schools when I was a student, but everyone was always flattering and making use of me. Moving to a new university making me feel more comfortable, but I always feel like there is someone who is watching me. Until one night, when I was on my way to go home, when there were suddenly some hoodlums. Those bastards looked scary. They looked at me with the eyes full of disgusting. After that, those tough guys cornered me to the hidden corner of the street and started to grope on my body. I was feared and screamed weakly. There was a boy appeared out of sudden who kicked out all those crowd of men holding me. Then he came down with them. Those guys ran away with fear. I readjusted my clothes and formally thanked him. His smile looked so handsome. I felt like I have found the prince of my life. He asked me if I was okay and took me home. Oh, how romantic. I thought I was in love. He stood in front of his house with a surprising face. He said, "I don't think that you have such a wealthy house like this." We chatted a little bit, then I shyly asked him for his phone number with the reason that I want to invite him for a meal. In fact, I wanted to see him more. He agreed and said goodbye to me. The next morning, I was on my way to the university. I want to have something for my breakfast, so I stopped by a bakery. How magnificent that I met him. I thought it was fate. He greeted me and wished me a good day. At that night, therefore, I was in a hurry and was too scared, so I forgot to ask what his name was. And now I know that his name is Dylan. Dylan and I asked each other for a date in a coffee shop that evening. I was so excited. At that night, I was back to become a lady as usual, not that ugly appearance anymore. I waited for Dylan to come and imagined many further things of both of us. He was with me that whole night. We talked happily. And then we gradually became close-knit. I completely believed in Dylan. Finally, he proposed his love with me and then we had a very happy time with each other. I always took Dylan to my house. However, since then, our conflict was started. He began to compare between my family and his. He began to push me out because I was far too contrary. I was too wealthy and he was nothing but a destitute guy. I had such a hard quarrel with Dylan. He even not only unchanged his mind, but he also accused me of being richer and suppressed him, made him to serve beneath me. What on earth does he think? Is he losing his mind? The think of our love does not relate to my family background. My father was a very gentle and kind man. He is not afraid of accepting Dylan as my boyfriend. Thus, he himself thought in such a pessimistic way like that. That distance made us to become further and further. He agreed to break up without any hesitation. I was single for several days, but information from a friend sent to me made me hate Dylan. He lied to me. He had just broken up with me for a few days ago when he began to have a new relationship. Thus, it was ridiculous that she was very wealthy too. He told me that he does not like a girlfriend who is wealthier than him. And now he found another rich girl to talk to. I tried to remember the time when Dylan came. He always brought a backpack with him, and there was a period of time when he went to the toilet for several days. Obviously, I will expose his fake face to that girl. I thought Dylan is just taking advantages of her as the way he did to take advantages of me. I found the phone number of Dillys and warned her about the dangers of Dylan. However, she thought that I want to scramble for her love. Oh God, I must go and see her. If not, it would be so hard to talk to. I made an appointment with Dillys in a famous resort. By the time I came, Dillys had been sunbathing with a luxurious swimsuit. In fact, she was so arrogant. Talking with her can easily be irritated. I went through the problem and asked Dillys about her house if she lost something precious or not. She was fairly panicked when I asked her about this problem. After thinking a while, Dillys told me that she had lost a precious diamond ring. It is pretty valuable, but recently she left it somewhere and could not find it anywhere, and she thought it was lost. I started to tell her about Dylan and my progress of getting to know about him. Included many valuable things were stolen. It was coincidence that it was the same as the way Dillys got to know about Dylan. She always kept a mystery smile. She said that she would see me the night after to examine Dylan. That night, Dillys met with dinner for a dinner in a hotel as their appointment. She deliberately took out her luxurious necklace and put it in her handbag next to her. An empty hand went to the toilet. I watched Dylan, but he did not move as well as attempting to steal the necklace. That was weird. He was not like a thief a little bit. After Dillys came back to the meal table, everything was still as usual, but he sat there for a while, then he came home. I started to feel not good, tending to leave when Dillys called me back. She blamed me trying to separate her with Dylan. She punished that I can only go home after drinking a shot of wine. I was reluctant, so I grudgingly drank the glass of wine to the end. But the feeling of fear started to appear when I felt that my head got heavily stunned. At last, I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I realized that I was in a hotel room. Surrounding me were the bullies in the previous day who molested me. There were both Dillys and Dylan too. It turned out that they colluded with each other. All of those were as their plan. The way Dylan suddenly appeared and saved me from those bullies were in that plan too. They were plotted to steal my valuable things and sold them for money. Dillys and Dylan were brother and sister. Because I knew their secrets, so today they decided to kidnap me to extort. Then they will outfly. While they were discussing, a thug said that even with a ransom, the police would hunt down the whole group. I knew their faces, so they wanted to use other things to intimidate and silence me. Then he wickedly smiled and winked at his brothers who came to take off my clothes. Damn! He wanted to take my hot picture for intimidation. All of them strongly forced me. When they started to prepare their actions, the non-stop of knocking on the door outside delayed them. It was no more than a minute that the room door was kicked to be broken. The police quickly saved me from danger and handcuffed those bastards to the police station. Fortunately, I did not hide anything to tell my father about Dylan. He knew that I was gathering evidence today to catch Dylan's name, so he told me to install a bugging device on the earrings. The story of Dylan and Dillys' gang are published in social media. Many girls realized him also went to the report one by one. They passed through many people's eyes. Because of this, the girls who were used by Dylan know they're thieves of their family's assets, and a familiar trick is to be a hero to save the beauties. I think I have to be stronger. If I am still to keep being gentle and always ugly, I will become the target of being used by scammers. But gradually, I lost my faith to find a true friend. What do I have to do to make many good friends? Do you think that being rich is a crime too? Please leave your comment about your opinion to let me know.